So we've got James with us after disappointing result against Laverstock today. James, how did you see the game?
I think for large periods we actually played quite well without creating too much. I think ultimately what you saw was, which is a surprise today, and I think by the boys' own admission, it very much felt like, at least in the latter half of the second half, that Laverstock definitely wanted it more. They won every single first contact from about 60 minutes onwards. They won almost every single second ball from about 60 minutes onwards, and that's the concerning thing, because actually I think you could come away from the first half and feel a little bit hard done by that we were at 1-1, but you certainly can't feel hard done by when we were 3-1 at the end. No chance.
Yeah. Only 4 subs on the bench today. How big an issue has that been for you lately?
Yeah, I think it's a massive issue, isn't it? We can't fill a bench at the minute. Not only that, but we also had 2 players starting the game today that were quite literally thrown up this morning. We had on that bench, and look, credit to them, we had a goalkeeper within that 4, and I think this is going to be even more of a problem now. You saw Youngie get injured, which by the way I think was a real bad time for us, because I thought we started really brightly. We can't fill a bench. It's just simple as that. Between illness that we've had in the camp, between unavailability, injury, and a whole host of other issues, we simply cannot fill a bench at the minute, and that is a massive issue, because in a game like today, you need to be able to affect the game, and we simply can't at the minute.
Yeah, 2 reserves coming into the side today, well, onto the bench anyway. What did you think they gave you today? Gunston Gray and McSorley up the top?
Yeah, look, we're seeing it every game, aren't we? We're seeing 23s reserves come in, and that's great. And by the way, all of the people that have come in, fair play to them. They've come in, they've put a shift in, they've tried to take information on board, but you're asking a hell of a lot. You're asking a lot of these players that haven't been working with us to suddenly, look, some of those players, for example, found out, I think, late last night, possibly one this morning as well, that they were required, and we're at the stage where we're relying on them, and thank God for the reserves and the 23s, and that I've got the good working relationship with the other senior sections of this club, that it shouldn't be that we're now relying on that, and unfortunately we are, and that's affecting us.
Yeah. So we seem to dominate the ball a lot. Is it fair to say that we're lacking a little bit in the final third, and we seem a little bit, toothless in and around the box?
Yeah, I think we maintained possession well. We dominated the ball. We had a lot of possession, and when we get the stats, I'm sure it will back this up. We had a lot of possession in the middle of the pitch. What we aren't able to do is transfer that into the final third at the minute. We're not able to turn that into chance creation. So ultimately, you can't say you deserve any result today, because we dominated the ball in certain periods of the game, fair enough, but we didn't actually create anything. Laverstock had by far the better chances. Laverstock had by far the greater. Second half, I don't think we had a shot on goal, let alone off target. So look, we're limited what we can do, but ultimately we're asking many people to play out of position in that number 9 role, and we're seeing that with the lack of chances we're able to create, because ultimately we're playing without a striker at the minute. That's the honest answer.
So just finally, how do you think we address that moving forward? What's the answer in your view?
Well, there's a few answers, isn't there? That we've either we can find a way to improve our opportunity to bring somebody in, and by that I mean we find a way to have some more resources to make that happen. But if we can't do that, fine. We then need to look at perhaps the way we're playing, because we're asking a lot of a sole person at number 9 in what we're trying to do. It's proven difficult. We're not creating enough chances. That's just the honest answer. I think the same was Tuesday night. Again, large periods played fairly well, but haven't really created much in those 2 games, and it's a big problem for us. We need to find a solution on all fronts, whether it's filling the bench, whether it's a striker, whether it's this, that, the other. There's a lot to do.
Thanks, James. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, mate.